The Framingham History Center is known for their creative programming, taking small nuggets of Framingham history and finding a way to make it into a program of significance to the larger community. In honor of Black History Month, the center presented From Slavery to Freedom, a slave narrative of Aunt Sally Williams, recorded by Edna Dean Proctor. Storyteller Libby Frank was in character as Edna Dean Proctor, a well-known poet of the mid-1800s, to share the life of Sally Williams, a freed slave. Proctor, who's buried in Framingham, met Williams in 1857 while staying with friends in New York. Proctor was asked to scribe Sally's life story as a serial for the newspaper, writing 2 chapters a day. For the History Center presentation, researched and written by Frank, live music was incorporated to symbolize stages of Sally's life and her spirit. Framingham History Center Executive Director Annie Murphy introduced the sold-out program at the Edgell Memorial Library. Members of the community, including Mary Von Spicer, filled the seats with overflow standing along the edges to learn about the life of Aunt Sally Williams. Singer Adrienne Williams beautifully sang songs from Sally's time period. She even had the audience sing along. Taken from Edna Dean Proctor's 1857 novel, Aunt Sally, which was compared to Uncle Tom's Cabin, Aunt Sally went from being a slave on a rice plantation in North Carolina to being forced to go to an Alabama plantation without her husband or children. Finally, when she was 69 years old, her son was able to buy her freedom. The performers received a well-deserved standing ovation from the audience.
Mr. Bowen came in with an old black woman. He said, "Edna, this is Aunt Sally Williams. She has an amazing story to tell, and I would like you to take it down."
And I knew a little bit about Edna, so I started in. Then I had Don Buckley go up to New Hampshire. I knew there was a pamphlet about Edna up there, and it was in that pamphlet that I read for the first time. Oh, she wrote a novel, sort of like Uncle Tom's Cabin, and it was called Aunt Sally.
Any history that we can bring to life is so important for Framingham. I just think there's so many stories that people can take pride in knowing more about. I mean, we really didn't know. We knew Edna Dean Proctor had written a lot of poetry to sort of get the troops, the Union troops going during the Civil War, but we had no idea until we found her dress in our collection. And once we found her dress, then Libby, of course, was like, I want to find out more about this woman.
Isaac wrote from Detroit, "My feelings can be better imagined than described. As I was left New York and turned my face homeward, accompanied by my mother. Everything around seemed engaged to make us happy, and so often joyful expressions would be heard from Mother as if she had just begun to feel that she was a free woman."
Don't do no harm, keep your mind stayed on freedom.
Adrienne is in this play about suffrage. We did it for you. And she portrays Sojourner Truth. And I said, oh, that would be perfect. I heard her sing, and it was very easy. I just said, this is what happened. This is the mood I want. And the song would pop up.
Our next show is Framingham's Daring Dozen. We are taking biographies written by our former town historian and having prominent women in Framingham today read the biographies. And we've added 2 more, and we've put it out for voting, for people to vote for who are the 2 more women who should be part of this essentially Hall of Fame, making it a dozen. And we're going to do some voting via Facebook and social media and also the telephone. So check out our website, www.framinghamhistory.org, for more information on the program and on the voting.
Stay on freedom, walk